Hey guys, I'm doing Q&A today, but it's just gonna be again just female edition. I'm sorry, I just got questions from females about female problems. It's gonna be psychology advice, not spell work. So all the males can click out because unless they're interested in this, because there's not gonna be much beneficial information for them here. So it's going to be a psychology Q&A, as I said, and we have one question that is about younger females, and then we have one question that's about older females. So I'm really happy we are covering it all, and it's going to be quite interesting. And so keep on listening. So I'm going to start with a question from for well topic for the younger ones out there. So one client asked me how to deal with hate from other girls. Hateful looks, hateful comments, gossip, making things up about her, and things like that. Okay, so there are a few things you need to understand first about this and why this is even happening. So number one, you have to definitely know is that this usually only happens when you're young. Usually, I mean, again, I'm not going to generalize. There are always people of all kinds, and age doesn't really matter. But usually, when females are younger, they will be like this. And there are a couple of reasons. So, number one is all females are insecure. It's the society, it's the upbringing, it's the everything. Oh, we are just insecure beings. And some people will deal with insecurity in a way that they will bring others down and they will feel like more secure. And as we grow up, and as we grow as you know humans, we kind of stop doing those things because we kind of learn stuff. We become more mature, we become more wise. It's no longer such a competition because we get married, we have kids. It's not a priority anymore, and we just become nicer and kinder to other females. That does happen usually with age, not always, but usually. So basically, some young females just tend to look at others as competition. So they don't like you usually if they think you're very pretty. If their boyfriend likes them, because girls always know, they can feel. If they like your boyfriend, if some boy they likes you, whatever. Like there can be several reasons why they are viewing you as competition, and therefore they are like doing malicious things because they want to win. But there is something you really have to understand, and this is going to help you a lot. So I'm going to give you one quote that's so good for this situation. The moment anyone tries to demean or degrade you in any way, you have to know how great you are. Nobody would bother to beat you down if you were not a threat. So they see you as a threat for some reason. This is why they're doing this, which basically means you should take it as a compliment because they actually think you're great and you're pretty and you're desirable, and whatever the reason they're hating is, they have a reason. Nobody will bother to beat you down, right, as it says in the quote, if you were not a threat of some kind. They just wouldn't care. They wouldn't like address you. They wouldn't give you any attention. So obviously they're viewing you as a competition, as a threat, as something. So that means there's something about you. So view it as a compliment and don't let them bring you down. That's really important. Control your emotions. Your emotions are yours, they're not theirs. You can't give them control over your emotions. And always, just stay in your power. Don't give it to someone else. Remember, they're hating you only because they're jealous. or something like that. It's not your problem, and you should just continue living your life as if all this hate doesn't exist, and basically, yeah, ignore it. um if you are getting, harassed or something like that, you absolutely need to seek help and tell people about this for sure, because that's not okay and that's not something you should be quiet about. But if it's just like insignificant little things, just ignore it and go on with your life like nothing's happening. Don't let it ruin your day, your night, your mood, if you're out with your friends and someone does something, don't let it ruin your night. Have fun. You need to understand that you can't control other people and that someone will always hate you, dislike you, be mean to you, whatever the case is. That's just how it is in life, and it will always happen, and you can't stop that. And no one will ever like you, no matter how great you are, how smart you are, how nice you are to everyone. No one, this is a wrong expression, right? Not everyone, sorry, not everyone will like you. Not everyone will be nice to you, and not everyone will like respect you or whatever. It's impossible. Just look at beautiful, gorgeous celebrities. Every one of them has so many haters, has so many people, just trashing them, saying nasty things about them. So many beautiful, famous women, and so many other women saying she's ugly, she's fat, she's this, she's that. So, yeah, that's how it is. And I guess, the more famous you are, or the more beautiful you are, or the more successful you are, the more people will dislike you. And this is because more people will be jealous of you because you have something they don't, and they would love to have it, but from hate they can never receive such things. So remember that. Don't ever go into hating, into all of those negative emotions, because nothing good can come out of that. So they basically wish they were like you, but they won't be unless they change. They can always change. Everyone can always change. But they don't understand that the problem is them, not you. That's the issue. But that's not your issue, and you shouldn't be bothered with it. So please, don't be bothered by it, basically, and enjoy your life. Okay, so next one was from a woman, older woman. I mean, older. This is so dumb, even to say. She's not older. She is 45. That's not old, but she considers herself old. That's the issue. So she asked me. She wrote to me that she broke up with her long-term boyfriend. Sorry, my throat. Sorry, had to pause to cough. So with her long-term boyfriend, of I think it was 20 years, even, yeah, 20 years. So basically her whole life almost. And now she's been single for 2 years, I think. Again, I will have to check. And but it's not that relevant how long. And her issue is that she's hating on her ex for leaving her, because now she just can't find a proper match at this age. So that's the issue. So she is resenting the ex. So if you are in a position where you've been with someone for a really long time, so like your whole youth, let's say, and this is common, this happens all the time. So, and then this person suddenly leaves you for another woman, cheats on you, or leaves you, just decides, oh, I'm not in love anymore, or whatever the reason may be. And we are going to answer this just from psychological point. This is not about you getting spell work to bring the person back. This is about if you don't want to bring the person back, and how to stop being resentful and hateful towards them. So it's very important to understand that this is your ego reacting as usual, and your childhood wounds of abandonment and things like that. So that's number one. Number two is to stop acting like a victim, because that's what you're doing. Oh, so now this person left me and now I'm a huge victim. So you have to understand that people, can leave when they want to leave, and that things like this do happen. And this doesn't mean that you can't continue having a good quality life, or that you are now miserable because this person left you after so much time. It also doesn't mean that you can't meet someone else just because you are not 25. That's totally not true. I mean, people get married or get into relationships or get together or fall in love at any age, and these are facts. So you really have to work on yourself, because this is a you problem. This is not a problem where this person, did something horrible and now you're in problem. Yeah, they did something horrible, but isn't it better that they left if they no longer have emotions for you, or if they're cheated? Like, don't you think you deserve, someone who is honest towards you and who loves you? So think about, why do you think you don't deserve that? Because that's what you're thinking. And you're thinking you don't deserve to find someone new because you are not young anymore. And you have to work a lot on your self-esteem and self-worth. Just, being 45 does not mean that you are no longer an attractive woman that someone would want to, marry, to love, whatever it is. It doesn't mean that, age. If you're looking at age like that, it means you have an issue with age. It's your issue, right? Not the men issue, your issue. So I would definitely recommend, like, doing some shadow work, finding out why you have this opinion, why you feel like that, what's behind this. Like, really, it's always a self-esteem issue, and it's the problem is that you don't think you're good enough, not that the others don't think you're good enough. It's you who doesn't think that. And it's quite common with women in their 40s, especially after like events like this. So don't blame yourself. It's common, it's normal, but you have to deal with it if you want to, have a happy, healthy life. Obviously, you have to deal with your issue. That's the most important thing, to recognize it, to find out where it's coming from, and to deal with it. Absolutely. So, if you need therapy, get a therapist if you can't do it alone. But definitely work on yourself, and don't be thinking that it's mandatory that you find a boyfriend straight away, or you're gonna get only older and older. And don't think that that will save you from all of your problems, because it won't. You really need to fix yourself first to be able to have a healthy and happy relationship. So, yeah, in this case, I recommend really working on yourself, either on your own or with a therapist. And I recommend definitely, just treating yourself with kindness. And I'm aware that this society we live in only, values you sorry, young women, only promotes young women as beautiful. I think that that's like changing slightly already, and should change, because it's totally not true. There's so many gorgeous older women. Just look at all the celebrities that are older, they're all beautiful, right? So it doesn't matter what age you are. And don't let age to be like something that you create as a block in your head, because it's just a number, and you have so much more to offer than when you were 25. Think about it. You for sure do. Maybe you even look better than when you were 25. It's not that uncommon. So yeah, you have to work on yourself, basically, in this case. That's the most important thing. I hope this was helpful. I love answering questions for women empowerment. And yeah, bye guys.